David, right before the break, we're talking about things that we'd like to see for you to do next. But most importantly, as Bardia said earlier, what do you see yourself in the future? And you're still young.
You mean, but the question was, what did I want to do if I didn't box?
That's right.
Yeah, or what do you want? And then what do you want to do when you do get out of boxing? What ideas?
Well, I would like to, like my family's, we're well off in real estate and commercial real estate, so I know I would go into that, but promoting. I said promoting.
Yes.
But I would love to. I think I was born to be an athlete. I would have just been a different sport, But like I said I couldn't concentrate in school. I was always in trouble. I was always getting in trouble. The only sport that accepted me at that time was boxing. I would go to the barrio. I'd go to the ghetto gyms and fight, and I fell in love with the sport, man. I mean, I was doing it since 5 years old. So I fell in love with that sport. It was more appealing to me than running in for a touchdown and pitching in baseball and all that. And honestly, to me, knocking a dude out was just more gratifying. It took out my frustration. So it would have been another sport.
David, I'm sorry.
I was just going to ask a quick question. What's different now from when you were in high school and where you are today as far as a person?
Oh, I've just learned so much. I mean, hard knocks, just being down and picking myself up and boxing in itself. There's a lot of that, a lot of emotional wear and tear,
and you're all grown up now, as people say, and
the life lessons that I've taken away from boxing, I'll cherish forever, and it's made me a tougher person. I've learned to accept a lot more. You got to remember, I was just a kid and growing up, and that's a man's sport. Having to get into the ring and fight grown men and do it the way I did it with such tenacity and knocking these guys out quick. I was knocking guys out like Tyson. In fact, I broke his first round knockout record. So yes, I did.
And there are so many things you can do. I mean, you come across as articulate, sincere. You're smart. You're passionate about so many things. And one of the things you're going to need to do as you refine your brand over the next few years is to say no to certain opportunities, because there are so many things you can do, but the power of no is taking control of your future.
Well, at this point, I think I just need to say yes.
No, it may sound counterintuitive, but I know it to be true that saying no is where you'll be able to shape your future.
Saying no to people that, like you said, David, that bug you, or people that aren't benefiting you, a benefit to you, and it's not that you're being selfish.
Here's what gets me is that these. I have friends that all of a sudden, I'm pretty big in El Paso and in the Southwest area, and they have all these charity events, and they throw these guilt trips on me like, hey man, I bought this many tickets to your last fight, you can at least come to the charity and show up and do this and that. And I'm like, man, bro, this is not what I do. This is not like, why are you holding that over my head? I go, if you're my friend, then you'll understand that. First of all, what's a charity for? No, some charity they created that obviously they're making money off of, and I don't feel good doing that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Just my ethics alone don't allow me to do that.
Here's the deal here is create your value system for your business, what you want to do as a person. You pick and choose what you want to do, but write it down what it is that you want to do. Those types of things will come to you, and if it's not within what you want to do, turn it down. Right. But if it is, have them to meet you where you want them to be.
But it also goes to the brand that you're building.
That's right.
And you need to figure out whether that expenditure of time and your resources helps you for what you're trying to build in the future.
Well, it's kind of like also like this last attack that was made on me and I almost died. A lot of people are like, oh, it's negative, it's this and that, and I was like, no, man, I survived that. This can be very positive for a lot of people.
It's inspirational.
Right, because I almost died. I lost 3 pints of blood. I was saying prayers to my family in my mind that I was gone. So I have to use that as inspiration to move on and know that I'm here for a purpose, to deliver a message or whatever I have to do, win that title, whatever, and people will follow that. That in itself is huge.
David, what do you want to share with your listeners, with your fan base? What do you want to share about David and Lino Rodriguez?
That I'll never be counted out. I'm the most impressive, explosive heavyweight on the scene. I know I sound really cocky right now, but that's really how it is. I am the best bet in America right now, and I'm going to get a title shot, and I'm going to knock out Klitschko, and people will see the real deal. It's going to happen. I haven't done this in vain.
Knock them both out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure one's going to retire before the other. I'm pretty sure that's what they're planning to do. But like I said, I am not a quitter. I don't give up. This is what I'm here to do, and that's what I'm going to accomplish.